Breaking news! The weekend is approaching, and Coach John Harbaugh is finalizing the final details for the matchup against the Browns. Man, this game is going to touch our hearts. We need to win at all costs. If you believe the Ravens will beat the Browns, hit the like button hard. If possible, comment like this: "Please, Lamar Jackson, help us." We have excellent players like Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, and others. I'm sure we will win, we will make the playoffs, and the Super Bowl. Right now, the Ravens are well positioned in the third position in the AFC playoff picture, but that position is not yet defined. The Kansas City Chiefs have secured the first position, and the Buffalo Bills have secured the second position with their 13-3 record. Meanwhile, the Ravens, in the third position, control their own destiny. Beat the Cleveland Browns this weekend, and the third position is theirs. But a loss could drop them to the number 5 seed, depending on how the rest of the AFC plays out. Let's look at the current situation. The Houston Texans are locked in at number 4, and the Pittsburgh Steelers and Los Angeles Chargers hold the number 4, 5, and number 6 spots, respectively, with both 10-6 records. Win and retain the number 1, 3 seed. According to projections from the New York Times, the Ravens have a 98% chance of staying where they are, largely due to their upcoming matchup against a struggling Browns team. That said, the Ravens would love to see the Steelers beat the Bengals, as it would take Joe Burrow and Cincinnati out of the running. So something Baltimore fans can certainly get behind. The importance of Week 17's results cannot be overstated. The Ravens' dominant 32 victory over the Texans was a major highlight, but it was just one piece of the puzzle. The Kansas City Chiefs demolished the Steelers on Christmas Day, 29-10, while the Bills crushed the New York Jets 40-4 to lock up the number 2 seed. Elsewhere, the Chargers clinched their playoff spot with a 47 blowout over the Patriots, and the Broncos narrowly lost to the Bengals in an overtime thriller, 30-24. These results set the stage for a dramatic Week 18, where nearly every game has playoff implications. For Baltimore fans, there are clear priorities heading into the weekend. First and foremost, the Ravens must handle their business and defeat the Browns. Cleveland's season is all but over, and with their eyes on the 2025 NFL Draft, their incentive to win is limited. The Browns are expected to be without starting quarterback Jameis Winston, further stacking the odds in Baltimore's favor. However, anything can happen in a divisional matchup, and the Ravens cannot afford to underestimate their opponent. Beyond their own game, Ravens fans should be rooting for a Steelers victory over the Bengals. Yes, it's a strange position to be in, cheering for a division rival, but the logic is simple. Joe Burrow is a dangerous playoff opponent. While Baltimore has defeated Cincinnati twice this season, both games were nail-biters, including one decided in overtime and another coming down to a goal line stand. Burrow has been playing at a high level recently, and avoiding him in the postseason would be a huge relief. Additionally, fans might want to hope for a Broncos win, as it could lead to a more favorable playoff matchup down the road.
Speaking of matchups, the Ravens' first-round opponent will likely be either the Los Angeles Chargers or the Pittsburgh Steelers, depending on how Week 18 unfolds. If the Ravens win and the Steelers lose, Baltimore is expected to face the Chargers at home in the wild card round. However, if the Ravens lose and Pittsburgh wins, the Steelers would claim the AFC North title and drop Baltimore to the number 5 seed, forcing them to travel to Houston to face the Texans. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the Ravens know what's at risk. While the Chargers appear to be the most likely opponent, there's a scenario in which the Ravens could host the Steelers. If Pittsburgh wins and Los Angeles loses, the Steelers would fall to the number 6 seed, setting up another AFC North showdown in Baltimore. Both matchups present unique challenges. The Chargers have struggled in cold weather games and lack significant playoff experience. On the other hand, the Steelers boast a formidable defensive line led by T.J. Watt and an experienced head coach in Mike Tomlin, who knows how to win in January. The Ravens have reasons for optimism regardless of who they face. They defeated the Chargers 30-23 earlier this season on Monday Night Football, a game they controlled from start to finish. Meanwhile, Baltimore also bested the Steelers in a convincing 2-touchdown victory just weeks ago. Still, playoffs are a different beast, and neither team can be taken lightly. Fans are already buzzing about which matchup they'd prefer, and the debate is sure to intensify as the playoff picture becomes clearer. Baltimore's path forward is clear. Take care of business against Cleveland, secure the number 3 seed, and prepare for a challenging but winnable playoff run. It's an exciting time to be a Ravens fan, but there's plenty of work to be done. Now, we want to hear from you. Who would you rather see the Ravens face in the playoffs, the Chargers or the Steelers? Do you think the Ravens have what it takes to make a deep postseason run? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to stay tuned for more updates as we count down to the most exciting time of the NFL season. The Ravens' preparation for Week 18 has been a mix of calculated focus and cautious optimism. Head coach John Harbaugh and his staff have emphasized the importance of maintaining momentum heading into the playoffs. After dominating the Texans in Week 17, the team seems to be firing on all cylinders. The offense, led by quarterback Lamar Jackson, has shown flashes of brilliance, particularly in the passing game, which has been a focal point of improvement throughout the season. Jackson's chemistry with wide receivers Zay Flowers and Odell Beckham Jr. has reached new heights, while tight end Mark Andrews remains a reliable weapon in critical situations. Baltimore's run game, spearheaded by Gus Edwards and Justice Hill, has also been a cornerstone of their success. Against the Texans, the ground attack racked up over 150 yards, providing a balanced offensive approach that has kept opposing defenses guessing. Offensive coordinator Todd Monken's schemes have created opportunities for explosive plays, and the Ravens will look to capitalize on that against a Browns defense that has struggled to contain the run all season. Defensively, the Ravens have been nothing short of elite. Roquan Smith, the team's defensive leader and a Pro Bowl standout, has anchored a unit that ranks among the league's best in points allowed and takeaways. The secondary, featuring cornerbacks Marlon Humphrey and Brandon Stevens, has been particularly effective, limiting big plays and forcing quarterbacks into costly mistakes. In the trenches, defensive linemen Justin Matabike and edge rusher Ode Foa have been relentless, applying pressure and disrupting opposing offenses. This level of defensive dominance will be critical against a Browns team that, while struggling overall, still has talented playmakers like running back Nick Chubb and wide receiver Amari Cooper. Containing Chubb will be a top priority, as he remains one of the league's most dangerous runners when given space. The Ravens' ability to neutralize Cleveland's ground game could force the Browns into a one-dimensional attack, something Baltimore's defense is well equipped to handle. Special teams could also play a pivotal role. Justin Tucker, the most accurate kicker in NFL history, remains a game-changer for the Ravens. His ability to consistently deliver in clutch moments gives Baltimore a unique advantage in close games. Meanwhile, rookie punt returner Zay Flowers has been electric, providing the team with excellent field position and even scoring a touchdown on a return earlier this season. Against the Browns, winning the field position battle could be a key factor in securing a victory. Looking ahead to the playoffs, the Ravens will need to fine-tune their execution in all phases of the game. Penalties and turnovers have been areas of concern at times, and cleaning up those mistakes will be essential in a postseason environment where the margin for error is razor-thin. Harbaugh has emphasized discipline and situational awareness during practice, knowing that a single misstep could derail the team's championship aspirations. As the playoff picture comes into focus, the anticipation is building. Ravens fans, this is your moment. Your team is on the brink of something special. But what do you think? Can the Ravens ride this momentum all the way to the Super Bowl? Which potential matchup worries you the most? And which one gets you the most excited? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analysis and updates as we cover every step of Baltimore's playoff journey.